welcome to By Kimberly Saint. That's me. Okay, so today's poem meditation is, I take my first breath. I've taken a million before, but this one felt different. You know, we're all born onto this earth and we all take our first breath. But somewhere throughout our existence, we learn how to kind of exist in this world that is created, from us, but we go to school, we're kind of really patterned to be the same, and it's almost like you are born into this world and then you slowly forget who you are. That's what happened to me anyway. And it wasn't until, around my 30th birthday, I went to the forest and I was just sitting in the fresh air under the trees, and I took some really deep breaths, and I realized that I had been living a life following people. And I had to, in that moment, change the intention of my life. I had to learn how to follow myself, how to lead myself, how to listen to my inner voice and my intuition and walk the pathway that is meant for me. And that blew my mind, because that was my own thought, my own awareness. And ever since that day, I've been really intentional and really navigating and creating and becoming the director of my life. Whereas before, I would just effortlessly follow people and fall into other people's footsteps, because it's just so much easier to follow. Like, you could do it without even looking. You could be walking backwards and just be held by the people in front of you. So come this way. But really, it's so important to pave your own path. And, that comes naturally to people at different ages and at different times in their life. And I've noticed some people start earlier, and I'm like, how the heck did they know? How did they know? I don't know. We're just all brought up differently, different households, different lifestyles. So it's quite interesting, I would say. But yeah, breathing's an interesting one, because we're born onto this earth and we're just breathing is almost something you don't think about it, you forget about it, because it's so easy, so natural. But I started to do breath work, which is the most beautiful experience, because it teaches you how to take really deep breaths. And I was learning, I realized how to breathe during breath work, because I used to take shallow breaths. And now I know how to take deeper breaths. And what's really cool is during breath work, it's like this gorgeous deep dive into your inner waters, into your inner universe. And you get to find the answers for yourself, and you get to navigate you. And what's going on in there in the dark, shine a little light on the inner world. And so I really love breath work. I'm so thankful for breath work. And then meditation, which is really focused on the breathing. I also would say I learned how to breathe and really focus on the breath during meditations. And breath is life. It is so important. It is the basic essence of what we need to be alive. And it is a true gift. It is one of the most beautiful, one of the most important things that we need, yet we forget, because it comes so easy. We don't even have to think about it, we just do it. It's amazing. But there's a big difference between shallow breathing and deep breathing, mindful breathing and mindless breathing, and just being awake, breathing while you're awake and breathing while you're asleep, very different. It's so different. There's so many different ways to breathe. There's all these different techniques. But the most beautiful way to breathe is being awake, being alive, being aware that that is the source of like life. It's something that we need, and I'm just so thankful to have it, to be aware of it, and to be alive while doing it. Like, I'm just so thankful. So today's meditation is, I take my first breath. I've taken a million before, but this one felt different. Let's breathe together. I take my first breath. I've taken a million before, but this one felt different. Now, as you go throughout your day, I want you to think about this poem and what it might mean to you. Okay, bye.